You'll be learning to play the F sharp major scale in two octaves on the violin in this lesson. The notes in the F sharp major scale are F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, F, and F sharp. We're going to be starting with our third finger on the D string rather than the second finger. So you have E flat, F, F sharp. So this is F sharp. I'm going to start with this note. So F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, F, F sharp, G sharp. Now I'm going to shift to fourth position to the note A sharp. So A sharp, B, I'm going to shift again to the sixth position. So where your C sharp is supposed to be, you're going to shift to sixth position. That's C sharp, D sharp, F, and F sharp. In descending order, you have F sharp, F, D sharp, C sharp. Shift your second finger to B, A sharp. Shift your third finger now to G sharp. You have F sharp, F, D sharp, C sharp, B. On the A string, you have A sharp, you have G sharp, and then F sharp. In solfa notation or solfege, your F sharp is your do, you have your re, you have your mi, your fa, your sol, your la, your ti, which is the note F, your do, F sharp. Then you have your re, you're going to shift to your mi, you have mi, this is note A sharp. Then your fa, shift again to sixth position, which is note sol, la, si, and then do. I'll take that again. You have your do, your re, your mi, your fa, your sol, your la, your ti, your do, your re, shift to your mi, you have your fa, shift again to sol, your la, your ti, and do. Now in descending order, you have your F sharp, which is do, you have your ti, you have your la, you have your sol. When you shift your second finger back to fa, in the fourth position, you have your mi. Want to go back to the first position now, shift your third finger to G sharp, which is re. You have your do, you have your ti, you have your la, you have your sol, you have your fa, you have your mi, you have your re, and then do. I'll take that again. You have your do, you have your ti, you have your la, you have your sol, shift back to fa, you have your mi, shift back to re, you have your do, you have your ti, you have your la, you have your sol, you have your fa, you have your mi, you have your re, and then F sharp as do. I'm going to play the F sharp major scale now in two octave on the violin, starting with my third finger with D string. So that's the F sharp major scale in two octave on the violin in both ascending and descending order. Do well to observe the difference in the spacing in between your fingers as you shift higher up the fingerboard. You will notice in the key of F sharp when you shifted to the fourth position, now the spacing is a lot shorter. And when you likewise when you shifted to the sixth position, your fingers are a lot closer than they were in the fourth position and they were in the first position. So as you shift higher up the fingerboard, your fingers begin to close a lot more. You also observe that when you shifted to the semitone in between A sharp and B is slightly different from the semitone in between F and F sharp. Your fingers will be a lot tighter or closer together when you're playing the half step in between F and F sharp because you're in the sixth position and then your fingers are a lot closer together. So kindly observe this as you shift higher up the fingerboard. I did show you earlier how to play the F sharp major scale starting with your low third finger on the D string. So you shifted your third finger from G to the note F sharp. And so you started from F sharp, then you played G sharp, A sharp, very close to the note, B, C sharp, D sharp, and so on. Alternatively, you're going to start with your I second finger on the D string. So you're going to shift your second finger from the note F, which is your low second finger, to your I second finger, just a semitone away, which is the note F sharp. So you're going to play F sharp with your second finger, G sharp with your third finger, A sharp with your fourth finger. You can notice the gaps in between three fingers. Then you're going to play B, C sharp, D sharp, F. You could also notice the gap in between all four fingers. Then F sharp with your first finger. You have G sharp. You're going to shift to your third position, which is the note A sharp. So A sharp, B. You're going to shift to your sixth position, which is C sharp. Then you have C sharp, D sharp, F, and F sharp. In descending order, you're going to play F sharp, F, D sharp, C sharp. You shift back your second finger to the note B. You have A sharp. You shift back again with your second finger to the note G sharp. You have F sharp. You have F with your fourth finger on the A string. You have D sharp, C sharp, B with your first finger, A sharp, G sharp, and then F sharp. In tonic solfa notation, you have your F sharp starting with your I second finger as do. You have your re, you have your mi, you have your fa, so, your la, your ti, your do, your re, shift to your mi, play your fa with your second finger, shift to your so. You have your la, your ti, and do. Descending order, you have your do, your ti, your la, your so, shift back to your fa, your mi, shift back to re, you have do, you have ti, you have la, you have so, you have fa, mi, re, and do. Now that's the alternative approach to playing the F sharp major scale in two octaves on the violin in both ascending and descending order. Now, what should be your major concern in choosing either of these approaches is what's most convenient for me in executing the notes in the F sharp major scale in the correct intonation. So whatever approach you choose to use that is most convenient for you in executing these notes in the correct intonation is what you should choose. So if the first approach works well with you and your fingers are able to play the notes in the proper intonation, then choose the first approach. If the second method or approach works best for you, then you could choose the second approach. It's actually your choice. Now I'm going to demonstrate the F sharp major scale, starting with my I second finger on the D string. Now it's quite important that when you're using this approach, you are mindful of your fourth finger because your fourth finger is just half step or semitone away from the first finger of the next string. So for example, between the D and A string, you have A sharp on the D string and B on the A string, and you have F on the A string and F sharp on the E string. So you have to take note that your fourth finger should be stretched a bit more so that you could actually play the note in the correct intonation. So you have F sharp. When descending, for example, you have F sharp, so you have to play the note F with your fourth finger. So you have to be mindful of your intonation. So you might want to stretch your fingers more because your fingers are not might not have been used to playing that distance. You could also check out the description section below for a free ebook that you could download to help you in playing the F sharp major scale as well as other major scales on the violin because it gives you a visual aid to actually note where each note are on the fingerboard. The free ebook is called Violin Fingerboard Anatomy. So you can check it out and use it for a more effective learning experience. If you have a question or a comment, drop it in the comment section below and I'll be sure to respond to them. Stay creative. We'll see you in the next video.